go ahead and tap Shift A and add a torus here, and then tap W to give it some smoothing. So I could have something like this and press 1 to go into front view, R to rotate, Control to constrain, and then I could hit T and add active under my physics tabs here, and hit D to duplicate it, and then I could go into top view and hit R to rotate it, Control to constrain like that. And then so I could then shift select these two and hit D to duplicate that, and then tap A to select all those and hit D and duplicate that. And I could create like a chain like this. Then I could click on this top one and click add passive so that the top one wouldn't be going anywhere. And I could click play. Oh, and you see they they go flying. What did we do wrong? Well, what we did wrong is we need to change their shape. So we'll tap A to select all, T for our tools, and change the shape to mesh. And then when we hit play, we've got this kind of chain here, and I can select this bottom one here, and you'll see as I do that I'm moving this chain along. So this is really cool. Oh, and you see that the physics broke there, which is not good. The point is, this is really cool for something small like this, or like maybe an up-close shot of something. But if you're going to make like a real elaborate chain or something that's got to do a lot of work, there's a much more efficient way to do it. So let's do that real quick. If we go ahead and tap A to select everything and delete it all, then I'll tap Shift A and I'll just add a simple cube and then give it a subdivision surface, hit S to scale it a little bit, like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and add an array modifier, put it up underneath my subsurface modifier, and change the offset here, the X offset. I don't want it going along the X axis, so I'm going to click here and turn that to 0, and I'm going to increase the Z offset here to 1, or actually just below 1 so that they appear to be touching here. And then I'm going to increase this count up to, let's say, about 22 or so. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply that array modifier, and I'm going to hit add active under my physics tab, and then I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode and separate all these by going to mesh, vertices, separate by loose parts. Hit tab to go back into object mode, go under my tools and set the origin and click origin to center of mass. Then I'm going to click on this top little chain bead here, and then hold Alt Shift and tap my right mouse button, and that puts my cursor to whatever I have selected. I'm tap Shift A and add another cube. And so this will just be our pretend thing that the chain is hanging off of. And of course we could use torus shapes or loops like chain rings in the same way that we're using these I'm about to show you. It's just this was a little faster. Let's click on this cube here, and under the physics tab let's click add passive. So everything else will be moving and falling around, but we want the cube, or the thing that the chain is attached to be still. So all we would do now is first click on the cube, then shift select the first chain bead there, and we want to, under constraints, hit connect, and under here we want to make sure the type is point, which it is, and then all we do from there is select that chain bead, shift select the next chain link under it, and we can just tap Shift R, which will repeat the last action we did, or the last thing we added, which was adding this point type connection. So we can keep selecting the newest chain link and then shift select the next one that doesn't have the connection, tap Shift R, select the last one we added it to, and then shift select the next one down, tap Shift R. And then we can just repeat this. I can continue shift selecting these and tapping Shift R. And like I said, we're just using little bead things here, but we could also use loops or anything like that, and it would look pretty good. So now I can just tap Alt A to play the animation, and then I can just select one of these chain beads here, and if I hit G to grab and then let go of it, you'll see it's now flying all over the place. The chain is.